Hi guys, Prime here. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite gods in the entirety of Smite, arguably my favorite guardian to play, etc, etc. I've had to restart this intro so many times, it is probably not going to be the best, but let's just get on with it. I really don't want to mess up this video and hope that I do Sobek some justice here. So, Sobek, or Sebek, among many other things of his name and such, was a crocodile, as you might have guessed. There were some who saw him as a creator of the world, spawned from dark water to bring order to a less ordered universe. He brought fertility to the land, and as the water's lord, rose from the water, Nun, the source of the great river Nile. Well, the great river Nile itself is supposed to consist of the sweat of Sobek himself, so think about that the next time you decide to hop in for a humble dip, or have a bit of a beverage out of his waters. It was here that Sobek apparently created the world, but in Egyptian mythology, everyone and their mother with some sort of magical doodah of power claims to have created the world, so this claim's legitimacy can be taken for what you will. Now, Sobek was a bit of a rebel among his quite notable achievements, who may have decided to join the forces of Chaos, where most of the cooler guys like Set hung out. Whilst we're on the subject of this, his more devilish side, shall we say, Sobek was a crocodile at heart and considered to be a fearsome deity, one with a snappy mouth during mating and with a swift hand for theft. But his dealings with Isis, Osiris, and Horus earned him recognition as a god of healing and a protector deity. The Nile also helped with the protector gig as well. Apparently, he could restore the sight and sense of the dead and helped people of Egypt recover from a poor season if he felt like it. Sobek is a bit like that anti-hero that's put into a story besides a protagonist, or as a protagonist himself, or herself. Most people, myself included, pretty much instantly like them because, well, why not? He's all good, just don't expect him to do every good deed under the sun for you. He's a bit random like that. In order to receive protection from the croc during the afterlife, people were usually mummified with mummified crocodiles, regardless of a crocodile's age. Though I'd hate to be the poor fellow that would try to steal a baby from a mummy croc. And he was worshipped all across Egypt. You can bet that crocodiles all across the land had a good feast or two of yummy Egyptians. As I mentioned vaguely, he helped Osiris after Osiris himself traded his one-piece body for many scattered across the desert with Set. Whilst on his own personal quest, aided by a few, to find these pieces and make them whole again, which was more difficult than you might imagine, Horus used the form of a crocodile to help him in this endeavor. Horus is also said to have looked fairly similar in some aspects to Sobek. Quite interesting to think about, considering the fact that Sobek's a crocodile. Think about that the next time you ask heroes for Horus. The Book of the Dead also mentions that Sobek had his hand to play in Horus's conception, which might also help to explain why they were so close. This one time, Sobek was just chilling and the sons of Horus came about and became splishy-splashing in the Nile, so Sobek got his anti-child net and captured them before any harm came to them. And his beautiful Nile, of course. In all honesty, he saved the children from drowning because they were splishy-splashing in fear. So, an example of Sobek's goodness. His father is said to be a nice chap, Set, god of storms, chaos, and his mother, Neith, goddess of hunting and wisdom. He married, forgive me for the pronunciation, I didn't look it up, but Renanit, goddess of good fortune to the Egyptians, and together with Sobek they created the god of the moon and time, this chap, whose name I will not try to pronounce. But despite this happy picture, Sobek was a busy croc indeed, and didn't have just one lady, oh no. His many cohorts included Heket, a fertility goddess that is apparently a frog, Hathor, the goddess of many things, including joy, and someone else who apparently I forgot to note down and cannot tell you about because I've forgotten them. I'm very sorry and I will punish myself accordingly. Now, as far as appearances go, Sobek was either seen in Smite as a snappy-dappy crocodile, a good gentleman with the head of a crocodile, or a mummified crocodile. I cannot imagine what his consort would have thought seeing her husband with a mummified crocodile's head, but those mental images probably aren't safe to keep, so you should get rid of them right now. You're welcome for them, though. He was special enough to wear a headdress with a plume, and either an Atef crown or a sun disk he carried. He carried a scepter showing off power and an anki showing off the breath of life. He is said to be quick and ferocious, which justifies his one being in the game, and thanks to him, crocodiles were considered to be sacred animals. As such, mummified crocodiles were intended as sacred offerings all the time to the god in return for his protection. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please go ahead and leave a like. Very much appreciated. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Helps a lot. Now, I really hope that I actually did Sobek some good justice, but if I didn't, please let me know, because I really would like to know. Next will probably be a Sun Wukong video, similar to the 12 Trials of Kukulum video, in that I'm going to take an aspect of someone else's lore, try to apply Sun Wukong to that. I don't know when that will come, so it might not necessarily be next. If that's not next, I'll look through the list of gods that you guys recommended, and I will pick one of those, and that will be Friday's upload for you. There may be some uploads in between now and Friday. There may not. They're most likely not going to be Smite uploads. In fact, if they are Smite uploads, that would be a surprise to me as much as it would be you. And with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've been Prime. Have a very, very good week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.